Yeah, Matt won't be playing Friday night. He'll follow up scans tomorrow, MRI scans, and medical advice so far is he'll miss that, and we'll wait for their. We'll be guided on their diagnosis.
How concerning is it, given the fact that it's so close to the last one?
Yeah, well, that's the concern, having 2 in 11 days. So we thought he was okay last Friday night, but when he got subbed out, he had some symptoms and straight to the locker room and didn't play further part in the game. So we want to make sure Matty's fine, and we'll be guided with the medical advice from that.
He's okay to train though?
No, not yet, no. We want to tick all the boxes first and go from there. And next step is a scan on Friday.
Is there any worry that this could be any sort of long-term effects on it?
Well, I think we have to wait for that first to what the symptoms are and what comes back from the scans before we speculate on the rest of the season. So I'd like that to take its course first, and then we'll go from there.
What do you do about replacing him for Friday?
Well, there's not too many 6'10" Australians floating around, on first team NBL All-Star. So look, we'll have to make do. The great thing about this, if you can call that, is the start of the year Matt was out and our guys really stepped up in his absence. So Tommy has had experience of doing that before, and Sean and Jesse and the big guys have been doing a good job, and we'll hopefully they can repeat that Friday night.
Not to speculate on Matt's future with the concussions, but given the fact that there's been so much research into concussions lately and concerns about that sort of thing, has it changed the way you've looked at concussions recently?
Yeah, a little bit different in basketball. Basketball's not a collision sport like AFL or American football. It's a contact sport, but certainly not a collision where they, use their head as a weapon, so to speak. But look, the first and foremost is Matty's health. We got to tick that, and we'll be doing everything that the medical staff tell us. We're going to get him the best advice possible to make sure that number one, he's okay.
How's he feeling about it, Trev?
Yeah, obviously disappointed. He's just come back and started to play well. Against Cairns, he had 21 points to that period in the third quarter that he was really hitting his straps. And look, one thing about Matt's had some setbacks, and it builds his mental toughness, and hopefully he'll be right to go for the end of the year and ready to go for the playoffs.
You had to trawl through the archives to find some footage of do a scout on Casey Frank?
Yeah, it's look, Casey's a high energy player. We see that last game, and I've coached against him a number of years, so he's certainly given New Zealand a lot of energy that last game. But we'll be ready for him.
What other areas do you have to worry about with New Zealand?
Well, I think last time we were here it was a very physical game. That was evident against New Zealand when we played just before Christmas. They got very physical, and we got to play smart with that and be aggressive to take that and not shy away from it. And we've done pretty well for the 3 games so far, so hopefully we can back it up for the 4th time against them.
Some of the newer players have been saying that they've bought into the existing rivalry. Have you bought into it at all and wanting to beat New Zealand more than other sides? This is the first team that we've played 4 times, so it's hard to beat a team 4 times throughout the course of the year. But it's more so about us. We've said it from day one, this is all about us getting better. Now this is a great challenge if you're playing 3-time defending champion that's probably had a poor start to the season on their account. So we know they're going to be desperate, the urgency's going to be up, and this gives us a great preparation of playing against that kind of team. I think they asked you last night on the radio, but James Ennis, what's the update with him and whether he could possibly go back?
As far as I know, he's here for the rest of the year. I haven't received a phone call from Pat Riley or anyone from the Heat or LeBron saying coming back. But look, we're same as when James got here. We're pretty confident he'll stay the whole year, and he's a big part of why we're sitting in the position we are. And he's a great teammate, an unselfish teammate, and we want to keep him for the rest of the year.
He was saying that Miami coaches or officials were going to be coming out in mid-January. Have they not come out to watch him?
Not yet, but I think it's a little bit later in the year, I believe.
Have you had any communication with them at all, saying, look, it looks like he's going well,
We get communication from a number of NBA teams, so we haven't had the one-on-one contact with them, but it's back and forward with agents, with managers, with player personnel, so it's not as simple talking one-on-one. There's a lot of lines you have to go through for American sports.
How's his improvement been in your eyes over the season?
I think last weekend was a great point for him, James, to be able to back that up, to have the mental toughness. He's still a young guy coming out of college and very athletic, but to throw that travel in there, play a game afterwards, he really has been a great pick-up for us, and hopefully his improvement continues.
Is he making improvements both defensively and just in terms of being a professional, sort of off the court and preparation and that sort of?
Well, that's the biggest step. Last couple of weeks, his defence has been pretty well. We've been on it about it, and he's improved, he's responded, and his effort and hustle, and it's been it's good to see. Hopefully we can maintain it against Abercrombie tomorrow night.
Is that a pretty big matchup as far as the NBL is concerned, Ennis v Abercrombie? Does it get much better?
Well, you've probably got two of the best athletes in the league playing that position. You know, they played against each other in the summer league and played earlier on against each other, so they both can score and get up and play above the rim, and it certainly will be a highlight for the fans. And talking about that, can we talk about the fire appeal? We've got a big crowd expected tomorrow night, and we're happy to donate $1 for every person in attendance, and also our tops are being auctioned. There's some big money floating around for James's top at the moment, so hopefully we can get a great response to that and give the money to a worthwhile cause.
It seems to be very much a player-driven initiative. Trevor, are you proud of the way the guys have sort of come together?
Yeah, especially the local guys here. Greg High does an outstanding job in the community, and anything that we can help the community, the guys are really putting their hands up and on the front foot. And as soon as the bushfires of over 50 houses went down, it was what can we do? And I think that's a great example of Wildcats putting back in the community, and hopefully the community responds and we can give them a good check at the end of the night.
You auctioning off your shirt as well?
I don't think I'll get much from mine, but I can have a little bit of sweat on it and a couple of drinks from water, but yeah, we'll see.